Bright, colorful, and seemingly innocent, the 1967 cartoon Shazzan, a production filled with strange decisions, last-minute changes, internal conflicts, and secrets that only surfaced decades later. From uncredited actors to abandoned designs, mysterious replacements, and rumors that spiraled into full-blown legends, the chaos behind the scenes was far wilder than anything seen on screen. Get ready, these Tressa facts reveal a behind-the-scenes storm that the audience never imagined. The unexplained voice replacement that threw the studio into chaos. When Shazzan entered production in 1967, Hanna-Barbera wanted an imposing, unforgettable voice for the colossal genie. The role was first recorded by a veteran actor whose name never appeared in the credits due to contractual conflicts with another studio. But just weeks before the premiere, the production suddenly replaced him without offering any official explanation. Some animators later claimed his voice was too dark for children's television. Others insisted the actor demanded royalties. Hanna-Barbera refused to pay. The abrupt replacement forced the team to re-record entire sequences, delay storyboards, and triggered a tension between the sound department, directors, and animators. Rumors said that complete episodes still exist with the original voice, hidden away in private archives, though no one has ever confirmed seeing them. But attentive fans swear a few stray lines from the original recording still remain in early episodes. The actor who never received credit and sparked decades of fan rumors. Originally, fact, cinco. For years, almost no one knew who voiced the genie. The credits simply listed additional voices without mentioning the actor. Fans invented wild theories. Some believed a famous radio host was secretly behind Shazzan. Others claimed it was a Hollywood actor ashamed of being linked to cartoons. The truth emerged decades later. The voice was Barney Phillips, a veteran whose contract with another studio forbade being publicly credited. To avoid legal issues, Hanna-Barbera kept his name hidden. Ironically, Phillips even recorded promotional material, but always without revealing who he was. A joked privately, "I'm the invisible genie." This secrecy only fueled the character's mythic aura. The actor who nearly quit because nobody explained who Shazzan was. Although Shazzan is remembered as cheerful and powerful, behind the scenes Barney Phillips almost walked out simply because no one properly explained the role. Air received only a tiny character sheet, genie, powerful, friendly. Phillips imagined a solemn, ancient genie straight out of Arabian Nights, but the directors wanted the opposite, an exuberant, larger-than-life, comedic giant. The misunderstanding frustrated him so much that he questioned whether he'd been cast by mistake. Only after seeing the surreal, getsy, exaggerated storyboards did he accept the direction and delivered one of the most iconic voices of classic animation. In the different system derably and sepsiset array, 25 sitter and then sepsiset. The moral panic. Letter from parents that forced an episode. Rewrite. One episode almost never aired due to a controversy sparked by a collective letter from worried parents. They accused the show of promoting dangerous magic, especially in a scene where Shazzan opened a dimensional portal with a dramatic gesture. Executives feared backlash and ordered the team to soften all mystical references. Animators reworked scenes and removed anything that resembled real rituals. The final version aired but far lighter and less majestic than originally intended. The accidental animation error kids loved so much that the studio kept it. One episode mistakenly showed Kabubi duplicated on screen for several seconds. The blunder was obvious, yet Hanna-Barbera didn't fix it. Why? Because kids loved it. Why? Letters from classrooms and young fans insisted this double Kabubi was a new magical power. Others thought Shazzan had upgraded his abilities. Animators later admitted it was an error. Caused by a rush, cell swap, common in limited animation. But since the audience adored it, the studio let it stay, turning it into one of classic animation's most charming glitches. The actor fired after disagreeing about the genie's tone. Before the final version, we know, another actor, William Bassett, recorded full test lines for Shazzan, but he envisioned a darker, ancient, almost tragic genie. Producers hated this approach. They wanted a warm, child-friendly Titan. When Bassett refused to completely abandon his darker tone, he was dismissed on the spot. Several crew members later admitted his version was incredible, just not suitable for children's TV. The strict rule. Actors were forbidden to improvise any magical dialogue. Media 7 in Nefertiti. Hanna-Barbera feared that improvised chants or invented magical words might resemble a real-world religious or occult terminology, something parent groups were aggressively policing in the 1960. Therefore, not a single magical phrase could be improvised. Every syllable was pre-approved and scripted. Actors describe recording sessions as tensy because even a minor deviation required redoing entire scenes. Ironically, this strictness produced one of the most recognizable and repetitive magic styles of classic TV animation. The rumor of a dark secret behind Shazzan's voice. For decades, fans whispered that Shazzan's voice must have been digitally altered because the real actor supposedly had a much weaker voice. The truth: Barney Phillips did have a naturally deep voice, but engineers boosted its power using layered analog reverberation, echo, and dual-track vocal doubling. The unusual mix made his voice sound otherworldly, fueling myths about a hidden secret behind the recordings. Why the genie sometimes appeared instantly and sometimes not at all. Longtime fans notice odd inconsistencies. Sometimes Shazzan arrived the moment the twins called him, and other times he inexplicably didn't appear, even in life or death moments. The explanation is mundane. Episodes were produced out of order by different teams under impossible deadlines, and some writers simply forgot to include him in key scenes. A persistent rumor claims a writer intentionally limited Shazzan's appearances because he solved everything too quickly. The studio never confirmed it, but many animators hinted it might be true. The actor who nearly quit over a stupid detail of Shazzan's voice. Barney Phillips despised one requirement. It had to maintain an extremely low, booming register during every session. He sometimes lost his voice entirely, describing the process as like swallowing hot sand. It threatened to quit unless allowed to ease the strain. The studio reluctantly agreed as long as they kept the mystical, authoritative tone. This is why Shazzan's voice occasionally sounds slightly different from episode to episode. The hidden controversy behind the twin amulet. The split amulet, one half worn by each twin, caused unrest among executives who feared it resembled real Middle Eastern mystical talismans. Rumors later circulated that an early design contained actual inscriptions copied from historical manuscripts. Though never proven, several animators confirmed a more elaborate, more sacred-looking amulet prototype did exist and was destroyed after a heated meeting. Fans now treat the lost amulet design as a mini legend. The actor who denied ever working on the show, a recurring comedic merchant, was voiced by a well-known TV actor who absolutely refused to be credited. Rumor says he took the job only to help a struggling animator friend, but his agent warned that appearing in a Bizarre Genie cartoon might harm his public image. Years later, when confronted with evidence during an interview, the actor smiled awkwardly and denied everything, leading some to believe a non-expiring confidentiality clause still exists. Thus, Shazzan retains its mysterious ghost actor who participated but never admitted it. A phantom voice actor who never actually existed. Perhaps the strangest rumor revolves around a supposed original voice actor who recorded the very first version of Shazzan, someone entirely absent from Hanna-Barbera's archives. The myth began when a former production assistant casually mentioned an unknown name at an animation convention. In the 1982, veteran animators later insisted they vaguely remembered a darker, theatrical voice in early sessions, but no documentation has ever surfaced. Fans now call him the Phantom Voice, a mythic figure who may never have existed at all. These 13 facts prove that Shazzan was far more than a forgotten Saturday morning cartoon. It was a whirlwind of creative clashes, secretive decisions, uncredited contributions, abandoned designs, and rumors that kept growing long after the show ended. Perhaps that's why, even today, Shazzan continues to fascinate animation fans, collectors, and anyone who uncovers its bizarre and mysterious production history.